Well, we said this channel was for some behind the scenes stuff and random tinkering. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna put a dash cam in the Escalade here for a very good reason. What is our reason?
Anybody who has been to or around Atlanta knows how the traffic is there, and some idiot hit me on the highway.
And we just got this Escalade a couple months ago, and I'm gonna lose my freaking mind if it comes back with the bumper print of a BMW 3 Series in it. So what we have here is the Vantrue Nexus 4 Pro. And I know for a fact these things are really good. This will be our workbench right here because the shop is totally blown out right now from thrashing on numerous different things, doing new pads, brake pads. Well, rotors in the front, just pads in the back. So it's pretty tiny.
It does voice too.
Yeah, it's got voice control, and you can control it with the buttons on it, so you don't have to have a remote or anything, but you can also control it with an app on your phone. But I like that it has buttons, because I hate when you lose the remote for things and then your device is kind of useless, but we don't have that problem here. That is the camera for the back.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah, so there's in here there should be a cable where you hook that up there, and then you can run the cable to the back, so you have view front and back too. I read it has a sentry mode for like a security camera. When it's parked, if it detects motion, it'll record it. I'm gonna clean these windows off.
I am bundling the cords to make them the right length so that they don't get in the way. So this one's gonna run to the dash cam up here, and then this one goes all the way to the back.
Okay.
This is 20 feet. And it came with two mounts for like the dash cam. So if you wanted to like switch it between cars.
Oh, that's convenient.
You can do that.
Where?
Like there's like frame rates and all that stuff. Like if you wanted to like.
So you're saying the camera is very.
It's a high-tech camera.
It's very capable. So it wants you to put this electrostatic sticker on your windshield before the double-sided sticky pad, which is cool. I guess that'd make it easier to get it off instead of trying to peel off the adhesive from the glass. I like that detail. So this side, putting it right here works the best because then it's not in the way of your view. This is what you see while you're sitting there. It recommends putting it over here, but this Escalade has this little high beam sensor in the perfect place to put a dash cam already, and you can't get rid of that. So that kind of, if you put the camera over here, I feel like that's kind of in your vision zone, so thought over there was better for lack of intrusion. While we had it up in the air, I realized that the sway bar end links were junk. The top part of this was gone, and I could hear a little clunking noise when you hit bumps sometimes. Didn't know what it was. Hadn't really looked at it. Just the mechanic's way, I guess. Got some new ones on there. Got it on the ground. Now we're gonna go try it out.
Well, I'm going to Florida to go visit my parents, and I'm excited to use this dash cam.
The image quality of this camera is as good or better than any GoPro I've mounted in a car. It's shocking, really, how detailed and sharp it is. There's no mistaking what that license plate says, or that road sign, or heck, even numbers on people's mailboxes when you drive by them. It has a plate pix feature that will automatically take pictures of license plates in situations where you might need a picture of somebody's license plate. Even at night, this guy's not even directly in front of me and you can still read it. I think that's pretty cool. And the picture from the rear camera, which is much smaller, is not quite as crazy good, but it's still really, really good. Now, one thing that's quite impressive is its ability to see in low light situations. I mean, it's pitch black outside right now, but it doesn't look like it because the sensor in the camera is that powerful. Truth be told, I actually have two of these Vantrue dash cams. I didn't get finished with this video before Logan left for her trip, and she has the other camera in the Escalade, and I'm like, well, what the heck? So kind of gotta show you some more features in this car. They're both the Nexus 4 Pro, so everything's the same. Right now we're actually sitting at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. I know we can't film in there, never have, but it's still here. You can operate it with the app on your phone. All you do to do that is connect to it through Wi-Fi. You can see I got 2 of them in here. This is the one that's in the Escalade Logan has right now. This is the one in the car we're in. So all you do is hit connect your device, and it does it. How about that? And we get to see a Publix employee using the shopping carts like a skateboard. That is hilarious. I do the same thing. Extra efficient. And as you can see here on the bottom, the camera records the date, time, your latitude, longitude, so you can tell exactly where you are. If you have some type of incident or something you want to recall and you don't know where you are, it'll tell you exactly where you were. And it's got your GPS speed on there too. So pretty much if you're in an accident, whether it's your fault or not, there is some data here that can be used to absolve you of whatever somebody says you did if you didn't do it. That actually happened to me once a long time ago. I got hit and I got a ticket for it with points on my license. So I'm like, this is crap. I got hit. Why did I get a ticket? And they said I ran a stop sign. Well, I didn't. And after way more trouble than it's worth of going back and forth, I was finally able to, I don't know, not prove, because there is no proof, but convince them that I did not run the stop sign based on how the impact, like the damage was on the car. You can kind of tell, like, well, this story's baloney, he didn't do that, but it went away. However, I wish I had one of these cameras at that time, because that would have showed that I did stop at the stop sign, and I never would have had to waste all that time in the first place. Now, if you go back, you can change the settings from your phone too, which is great. You got different resolutions in here for the front cabin, all kinds of options. See, if you pick a smaller resolution, it's a smaller file size. You can change how long you want the recording to loop. I choose 5 minutes because I don't like going in there and seeing 9 million different files of 1 minute recordings. This is personal preference. The G sensor, that will take a picture if you're in an accident or like a collision or anything it deems as a shock based on the sensitivity you set. It will take a picture automatically. Like, I have the sensitivity all at 3 right now, and this car rides pretty rough, so if I hit a pothole or something, it will take a picture because you can hear it make a little camera noise, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So any minor little fender bender, if you had it set for that, it would capture it. Parking mode, it's got different, so you have collision detection when you're parked. Even if the car is not on, you could have this thing hardwired or just plugged in through the cigarette lighter like I have it right now, and it will still do its job when the car is off. And motion detection, I think that's really cool, because you could be parked in a parking lot or somewhere maybe you're not super happy with, where you're a little bit nervous about leaving your car, and if somebody comes up and vandalizes your car, or heck, is even if it's parked in your house in your driveway and someone comes in your driveway, it's almost like a de facto security camera for your wherever you are. It's not mounted to your house, but you have whatever you pointed at is now covered by a security camera, which is your dash cam. I'm not in the Army, so I want 12-hour time. It does have voice control too, but I don't like to use voice control on things, so I'm gonna turn that off. I'm old school, I guess. I don't use voice control for anything. I don't use Siri, nothing. And you can go on here and view your files from the app too, and it'll organize it by normal video clips of your 5-minute loops, which is what I specified, or what it thinks is a collision, which is looks like pretty much every time I hit a pothole, or the camera was on but I was taking it on and off the mount, moving it around, so the sensor inside thinks it's being collided with. Something worth clarifying is on your display you'll see that it has like your front camera and then the 2 smaller ones on there. That's not how it records. It records all of them individually. So you have one that's pointed at you, you have a file that's pointed out front, and you got a file that's pointed at the back, all individually, so you can have them at maximum size and resolution if that's what you need. It's even got mileage statistics here. It tells you everything about everything you did. Literally everything about everything you did. This is actually Vantrue's 10th anniversary, which is pretty cool. I know it freaked me out just seeing all those reels on Facebook and Instagram and just crazy stuff happening to people. It's like people road rage and it just come up in front of you, slam the brakes, and they're like, oh, I got rear-ended. Like, no, heck you didn't. I got my camera on here and you were wrong. That is why I got one. Having a dash cam is like putting a seatbelt on. It's there when you need it. So check out the Vantrue Nexus 4 Pro with the link in the description and the code right here.